Hello, dear foodie friends, and welcome to Kitchen Chat TV on the road. Margaret McSweeney here in Toronto at Sassafras with Chef Geoff Webb. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, this is so exciting to be here. I'm actually interviewing this during the CTV Upfront, and it's just an exciting time here.
Definitely very exciting, yes.
Yes, and I understand that Sassafras is the place to be, especially during TIFF. You have a great relationship with the art community.
We do. We get there's a good buzz in the community. We've been participating with TIFF for many years now, and it always brings in a nice crowd into the restaurant. Sometimes we get a celebrity here and there, but more often than none, it's a lot of fun for everyone.
And what would you say the signature dish is? What does everyone always ask for when they're at the restaurant?
Well, we have a few. So right now we have it's sumo tuna salad, which is a really nice light lunch dish, and it's some seared rare tuna on some sunflower sprouts, pomegranate seeds, avocado, and a ginger honey vinaigrette, and everyone seems to love it.
That sounds really good. It sounds like such a fusion of different cuisines.
It is a little bit of a fusion, yes. It's a sushi grade tuna, and then it's just so fresh and delicious. People love it.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I've also heard great things about your homemade ice cream.
So we do make all of our ice creams and sorbet in-house. So we spin them in the basement, and basically we just come up with different flavors. I mean, we have our vanilla and chocolate, which kind of are the staples, but sometimes we do interesting twists on like an Earl Grey maybe, or we do some sorbets, passion fruit and coconut, just whatever we feel, just whatever we want to try out, and we get really good response from customers.
Oh, that just sounds wonderful. And what is your favorite dish to cook here? What have you created as a signature dish as well?
Well, I mean, I'm constantly updating menus. We do change our menu seasonally, so it's hard to say what I really like cooking. I do like the creative process. I like trying to use local, sustainable produce, as well as fish or seafood. So it's hard to pinpoint what I actually like cooking or a signature dish, but basically I just like the whole process of putting new menu items together, and the feedback that I get. I really like that.
Wonderful. Now, you've been executive chef here since 2013, and
right.
Prior to that, what has your culinary journey been like?
So actually, I've been at Sassafras now for 10 years. For the first 5 years, I started just working the garde manger station, and I kind of just moved my way up, learning from the chef and sous chefs above me. As I got better, I took on more roles and responsibilities, and that's got me to where I am today. Previous to that, I have worked in various smaller restaurants around the city, some different caterers. I worked on a yacht charter for a couple of years, running the kitchens for two of their boats, and other than that, just cooking at home and doing some reading, lots of reading.
And what do you like to read?
I read a lot. I just cook books. I mean, I like to find try to stay up to date with the cutting edge techniques, see what other chefs are using. So more often than not, I read just whatever is kind of happening at that time.
Yes. And what advice would you give for any aspiring chefs that are interested in a career? What was the best advice you got, and what would you share?
I guess the best advice would be just, take it day by day and stick with it. I mean, the restaurant industry it can seem stressful at times, and sometimes can maybe seem out of control. It's a lot of small battles, but in the end it is very rewarding. So just stick to it, and don't be down if you have a bad day or a bad week, and just constantly try to keep on learning. So once you stop learning, that's kind of when it's over.
And is there one chef in particular who really inspired your own journey?
I wouldn't say one chef, not so much. I mean, there's so many, and there's so many great chefs. I really enjoy just flipping through many different chefs' cookbooks, getting different ideas from different regions and cuisines around the world. So not specifically one, I wouldn't say.
Sassafras. First of all, what inspired the name Sassafras?
Well, sassafras is actually a bark of a tree, and it has a similar flavor to like a licorice or an anise kind of flavor. So that's what the name Sassafras comes from. Why Zoran, our owner, chose that for the name of his restaurant, I'm not too sure, but I mean, it certainly is stuck, and it sticks with people. You often have to say it more than once. People are like, Sassafras, and so constantly clarifying, and no Sassafras, they go, oh, the yellow house in Yorkville, that's right. So.
And I love that it's Sassafras with a Z or with a Z, as you say, yes, in Canada, because I grew up in Alabama, and Sassafras is with the S. And I remember actually finding sassafras, and we'd make homemade sassafras tea.
Or root beer as well. I think
Yes.
they use it to make root beer, yeah.
Yeah, so I just love the inspiration. And this is such a beautiful restaurant. Oh, foodie friends, if you're ever in Toronto, definitely visit here. And can you tell us a bit about the aesthetics?
So as you can see in the background, we have our living waterfall. It brings in a lot of people. It's nice and lively. We have the skylights above us, which provide a nice natural light in our dining room. We have... It's a quite large restaurant. We have 2 function spaces, which we can accommodate up to another 90 guests, or split into 2 smaller parties. We have a bistro cafe, and we have a patio which wraps around the building, which is kind of the place to be seen in the summer. It's hard to get a table on there on a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday night. People are always walking by, and it's kind of the place to be seen. As well, we have a balcony table, which a little bit of work with the community. We work with Canadian fallen firefighters, and so anyone who books this table on our balcony, we ask them for another $100, which we donate to the Canadian fallen firefighters. We had a fire here 9 or 10 years ago, and just everything that we went through, we thought this would be a good charity to be a part of.
Yes, I love this restaurant's and chef and owner's hearts for charity, and how inspiring that because of a fire, this has propelled the balcony seating, the VIP, which you donate to the
right,
fund. And
yeah.
You're also so involved in the community and the arts and supporting so many other different things. And
yes,
that's great.
For instance, I was just this past week, and we were doing an event with Second Harvest. So basically, it's a refuge program that take leftover food and they give it to homeless shelters and distribute it. So we just had a big event with them down on the Toronto Harbour. It was a great event. Lots of other chefs from around the city, and Sassafras was there representing, and they raised tons of cash for this great cause. So that was a lot of fun. And yeah, we do as much as we can with the community. We are we among Yorkville. We do as much as we can. There's a lot of events we do in the winter, an ice fest. I'm just trying to think of some other ones off the top. Yeah.
This is just a delicious destination, and I'll make sure that I put links and everything. But meanwhile, I always like to end the show. What are 3 tips that you would give to the home chef?
3 tips I would give to the home chef are: don't under-season your food. I find a lot of the time when I go to people's places for dinner, it's lacking a little bit of salt or maybe lacking a little bit of pepper. So those are things that stand out for me. I guess don't be afraid of raw fruits and vegetables. You can really that's where you get a lot of your nutrients. So once you cook a lot of these things down, you're getting rid of that. And so I like to cook healthy myself. So I find unprocessed. Go to your grocery store. I guess that would be my 3rd tip: is go to your markets and your grocery store, the produce aisles. Stay away from the prepackaged stuff. Cook fresh, cook local, and you're gonna have yourself nice meals.
Great. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Chef.
No problem. Thank you.
And thank you, dear foodie friends. Make sure you make Toronto a foodie destination when you're in the area, and check out Sassafras, and that's with a Z, with a Z. And always remember to take a moment and savor the day.